so excited that you are here. And listen, 18 months ago, I was introduced to the most amazing thing that changed my life instantly. I have dealt with pain for as long as I can remember. And as soon as I put on this Liberty patch, I sit there and I'm like, all right, Steve, I'll let you know when it works. Well, after 4 minutes, I thought that would be long enough because I didn't experience the demo that you're going to hear about and see about. After 4 minutes, y'all, I called him and I said, it works, it works, it works, and I'm all in. I went to my little sister. Listen closely. She has a very rare disease called spinal cerebellar ataxia type 8. She cannot walk up and down stairs without assistance. She cannot run. So immediately I took this to her because I heard it helps with balance, right? Put the patch on her. Y'all, after 25 years of not being able to do that, she can run for the first time on a treadmill. Yeah, right? I mean, like, that's incredible. So you guys, it has been a life changer. I have been so super loud. Even though I'm from Texas, you can hear me all across the country, right? Yeah. So it's been the most amazing thing that I have ever been a part of. But listen, the guy that's really going to steal the show tonight and give you all the information that will just leave you begging for more. He's been in this industry with us over 33 years. That's a long time, right? That's almost as long as I've been alive. Yeah, almost. So he's made over 20 million in the process. He's built a team or teams of over 220,000. I hope that you take that and you go, light bulb, I need to listen and I need to take notes. You guys, Steve Schultz is going to share with us tonight all great things about the Super Patch Company. So please put your hands together. Welcome my upline, Steve Schultz.
All right, Carrie, thank you so much for that warm introduction. You guys, thank you for spending just a little bit of time with us here tonight. Like Carrie said, our job here tonight is to give you some information. And truthfully, what you do with this information is totally up to you. But I will tell you this, if you apply the information that we share with you, it will change your life. And I know that is a big, bold statement to make. But if you apply this information either as a customer or as a business builder, because we need help, it will change your life. And one of the things that we're going to talk about here tonight is not only the new technology that you're going to be introduced to, but flat out, we need help. We're going to ask you to help us share the message of the super patches worldwide. And I'm going to tell you exactly what that means at the end of this presentation. We're going to try to get you in and out of here in about 30 minutes or so. But I want you to start thinking about all the people that you know who could benefit from what you are about to hear. Now, like Carrie said, I've been doing this a very, very long time, 33 years, a little more than 33 years. But a year and a half ago, I was helping a friend of mine build a company that I was watching him just drive right into the ground. And I said, you know what? I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to be a part of this. And I said, you know what? I've got to, go look for something different to do. I'm going to go help. I'm never going to be done with helping people. And completely out of the blue, I got a phone call. I got a phone call from a gentleman by the name of Jay Dhaliwal. Now, Jay is the founder of the Super Patch Company. And when my phone rang, I didn't recognize the number on my phone. But for some reason, I answered it. Because what do we do today, you guys, when our phone rings and we don't recognize the number? It'll go to voicemail, right? So I answered the phone and Jay introduced himself to me and he said, hey, a friend of yours from Toronto told me to give you a call. I said, who's that friend? He said, your friend Dan. I said, yep, I know Dan very well. Jay, what can I do for you? And Jay said to me, he said, Steve, I want to tell you a little bit about my company and I want to know if you would be interested in helping me build it. And I said, Jay, what do you do? Now, what I'm about to share with you guys in the next 5 minutes is going to sound crazy. Okay? It's going to sound unbelievable. And it may sound even a little bit silly. And the reason I'm telling you that up front is because that is exactly how I felt when Jay started to explain to me what his company was all about. And Jay started to tell me that he invented this patch. Okay? Now, he said, Steve, it's a very small patch. It's only 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. And he said, there's nothing on this patch. There's no drugs, there's no stimulants, there's no vitamins, there's no supplements, there's no magnets, there's no stem cell anything. There's nothing on this patch except a pattern. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a pattern. And he said this pattern has ridges on it. And he said when those ridges come in contact with your skin is able to read that pattern like a QR code. and it sends a certain message back to your brain to fix things. And he said, I have a patch that will help people with balance, stability, and range of motion. I've got another patch to help people deal with pain. I've got one to help people sleep. I've got one to help people focus. I've got one to help people deal with stress. I've got one to help people burn more calories. I've got one for cognitive decline, ADHD, ADD, Alzheimer's, dementia. I've got one for addiction and everybody's bad habits. I've got one for overall athletic performance. And I was sitting at this desk right here on my cell phone with my feet up on my desk, listening to Jay tell me all of this, and I was literally rolling my eyes. I was rolling my eyes. I'm like, this dude is wasting my time. This guy's trying to tell me that all I have to do is put this little patch on my arm that has nothing on it, and my pain's gonna go away? Come on, man, this guy's wasting my time. So I was listening to him for a few more minutes, and I finally cut him off, and I said, Jay, I said, how long have you been doing this? He said, well, research and development for 12 years, but I've been marketing it now for 6. And I said, okay, how you doing so far? He goes, well, today I've got 6 million customers. My feet hit the ground, and I leaned into the phone. I said, Jay, you've got 6 million people that are using this? I said, what are you calling me for? I said, obviously you've got this thing figured out. He said, well, I'm off to a good start, but I want to get this to 1 billion people worldwide. And I said, okay. Now, as soon as he told me that he had 6 million people that were using this technology, I knew I was the guy who had a problem. Guys, think about it. I'm the guy that's rolling my eyes, and he's got 6 million people that are using it. I'm the guy who has a problem because I didn't get it. And I told Jay that. I said, Jay, that's amazing, but I don't get it. And he said, can you come to Toronto? And I said, yes. So I flew up to Toronto. I met Jay. I met his corporate staff. And he said, Steve, I want to prove to you how this technology works. Now, he chose his words very carefully. He didn't say, hey, I want to show you how this works. He goes, I want to prove to you how this technology works. Not once did he call it a product. He called this a technology. And I said, okay. And I'm just going to kind of show you guys what he did to me. And he said, Steve, I want to give you a little balance test. And he said, I want you to stand up and put your feet together and then make 2 fists and put one fist on top of the other fist and put your hands up by your chest. And all I'm going to do is push straight down on your hands. And when I do, resist me. Don't let me push your hands down. I'm like, all right. And so he says, and try to maintain your balance. So he pushes down on my hands and he knocks me forward and off balance with no effort whatsoever. So then he says, okay, stand with your feet shoulder width apart, put your arms down to your side, lock your elbows, and make a fist. And when I lift up on one of your arms, don't bend your elbow and try to maintain your balance. So I'm like, all right, now I'm ready for him. So I'm in the ready position. He lifts up on my arm, and he knocks me over with no effort whatsoever. I'm like, all right. So then he says, Steve, roll up your sleeve, and I'm going to put this Liberty patch on your arm. And he showed it to me. He goes, look. There's nothing on this patch except this pattern. I'm like, okay. So he puts it on my forearm. He goes, let's redo the balance test. Feet together, fist over fist. He pushes down on my hands. And you guys, he can't move me. I mean, he can't budge me. And I looked at him and I said, how did you do that? Because I thought he was playing a trick on me. He goes, well, put your feet shoulder width apart. Arms down to your side. Lock your elbows. And he lifts up on my arm. And he can't move me. You guys, he can't move me a millimeter. He would have broke my arm before he would have knocked me off balance. And I looked at him and I said, Jay, how are you doing this? He goes, take the patch off. So I took the patch off. I laid it on his desk. He goes, let's try it again. Fist over fist. He pushes down on my hands. He knocks me right over. I put the patch back on. We redid the balance test and he couldn't move me. And I looked at him and I said, Jay, what is this? And he said, neurotechnology. And I burst out laughing. I said, so now you expect me to go home and talk to my friends about brain technology? I said, come on, man, how does it work? And Jay gives me this long scientific explanation. And I said, well, that's wonderful, but I can't talk like that. I said, I don't use terms like that. I'm not a neuroscientist. I would never use terms like that. How am I supposed to explain this to my friends? And he said, here's how you explain it. He said, Steve, I need you to hold your hand or close your eyes and hold out your hand. So I did. and he put a pen in my hand. And he said, "What's in your hand right now?" I said, "It's a pen." He goes, "How do you know? Your eyes are closed. How do you know?" I said, "Because I know what a pen feels like." He said, "Exactly." He said, "Your skin is sending a message to your brain that says this is a pen." He said, "Steve, I could have put anything in your hand and you would have known what it was without looking at it." He said, "I've just figured out a way to create a pattern. And when the receptors in your skin read that pattern, it sends a message back to your brain to fix things." And he said, "The patch that you have on your arm right now fixes balance, stability, and range of motion." And he goes, "And I've got one to help people sleep, and I've got one for pain, and I've got one for stress, and for focus, and for weight loss, and for addiction, and cognitive decline." And I'm just listening to him, and I'm in awe. And I said, "Jay," I said, "I've never seen anything like this." I said, "I've never seen anything like this." I said, "I've been the president of health and wellness companies, and I've never seen anything like this." I said, "So what you're telling me then is you have a drug-free, chemical-free solution for all of those things?" He goes, "Yes." I said, "I'm in." I said, "I am 1,000% in." I said, "Jay, nobody's doing this." I said, "Yeah, there's patch companies out there, but they've got stuff on their patches and it slow releases into your skin. There is nobody doing what you're doing." I said, "Jay, you've got something here that can literally change the world." And he looked at me and he said, "That's why I called you. That's why I called you." You guys, I'm going to share a few slides with you here tonight. And, today, we live in a world where people need help, okay? And there are so many people that need help on the wellness side, and they need help on the performance side. And if you take a look at wellness needs here, okay? Look how many, just think about how many people you know who need help with pain or energy or brain health or they have cognitive decline. And on the performance side, people are looking for what? They're looking for more power, more strength, more endurance, more mobility and agility, and faster recovery times. And how people are getting their wellness needs and their performance needs fulfilled is on the right, through drugs and over-the-counter products. Today, we live in a world where people that we trust, people that we trust are telling us, you need to take this drug, this drug, this drug, this drug, but you're going to have to take this drug to offset the effects of this drug. And most people go, okay. Well, today, that all changes because we can help people on the wellness side and the performance side completely drug-free. It's instant and effective. It's easy to use. It's not invasive. It's not reactive. It's child safe, pregnancy safe, no diet changes, no lifestyle changes. And these patches are affordable. Now, I want to share with you guys the Super Patch technology in action. This young lady that you see on the screen, her name is Brandy. And Brandy came to one of our meetings a little more than a year ago down in Alabama. And she was invited to a meeting very similar to the way that you guys are on the Zoom here tonight. And she probably had no idea why she was even there. She's like, no, I'll just do this friend a favor and show up at this meeting. And we're walking through the same information that we're talking about tonight. And after the meeting, she said, I have a really hard time walking up and down stairs. Will this help me? And I remember Carrie was at the meeting as well. And Carrie goes, I don't know. Let's see. And I kind of looked at her and we smiled at each other because we knew darn well what these patches were going to do for Brandy. And I want you guys to see Brandy walking up and down the stairs with and without the technology. This video is about a minute long. Here we go.
How many years have you had an issue going up and down the stairs?
Since I was 33, I'm 46, so you can do the math like you.
13 years.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Please be careful. Okay, I'm going to put the Liberty patch on her right now. She's going to do all of that again.
And by the way, just walking up and down this many times, usually I'm in a lot of pain too, and that's not as bad.
This is her third time doing it. There you go.
It's amazing. Utterly amazing.
She says it's amazing. It's utterly amazing. We changed Brandy's life in about an hour that day. Guys, when do you think Brandy's going to take that patch off her arm? The answer is never. Because I know some of you can relate to the way that Brandy walked down those stairs. And now she does not have that issue. Guys, that is just one of the patches that we have. Another patch that we feature is our Freedom Patch, which is our pain patch. Guys, it's estimated that over 50 million US adults suffer with chronic pain. We've got one to help people sleep. 70 million Americans suffer from chronic sleep issues. Now, if I stood here tonight and I said, okay, guys, these are the only two patches that we have. We're going to help people with sleep issues and we're going to help people with pain. If those were the only two patches that we had, you could sit back and go, I'm going to go build a multi-million-dollar organization with just these patches alone. But in addition to pain and the REM, we have 9 other patches. Guys, we can help people focus. We can help people with their addictions. We can help people with their overall mood. Liberty is what you just saw with Brandy walking up and down the stairs. Ignite, we're going to help you burn 25% more calories at rest. Imagine just because you put a patch on, the average person is going to burn an extra 500 calories per day. We talked about the pain patch. We talked about the sleep patch. How about Flow for cognitive decline? How many of you have ever walked into a room and said, what did I just come in here for? Yeah, get that Flow patch on immediately. The Victory patch is for overall athletic performance, more power, strength, faster recovery times. We've got a lot of professional athletes. We've got a lot of collegiate athletes. We've got Olympic athletes. We've got YMCA athletes that use the Victory patch every single day. We've got a patch to help you deal with stress. Yeah. Show of hands, how many of you are wearing the peace patch as we speak, right? We live in a really, really stressful world. And then Defend is for overall health, blood flow, and to build your immune system. Now, people say to me all the time, people look at me and say, Steve, can I wear all of these at the same time? I'm like, yeah, if you're a hot mess, you can wear all 11 of them at the same time. Each patch has a different pattern on it that sends a different signal to a different part of your brain so they don't short circuit one another. The patches are completely waterproof. You can swim with them, you can exercise with them, you can shower with them. All we're going to ask you to do is switch them out every 24 hours because the glue starts to wear off a little bit and actually the pattern starts to wear down a little bit and they become a little less effective. Now, I believe, and this is why I'm so excited about this. When I told Jay, I said, Jay, I've been doing this for 32 years when I first got started. And I said, I have never seen an opportunity like this. This is by far the greatest financial opportunity that I've seen in my career. And it's because the Super Patch technology is the biggest breakthrough in health and performance technology in the past 50 years. You guys tell me a better situation than a drug-free solution for pain, or a drug-free solution for sleep, or a drug-free solution for cognitive decline. The answer is there's nothing better. And we have zero competition. This thing is 100% drug-free. Millions of people are already using our patches. We've got clinical studies, peer reviews, written up in medical journals. Jay says, listen, nobody has to take my word for it. Just look what other people are saying about our technology. All of our patches are made right here in the USA. We are FDA registered, which gives us a lot of credibility there. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and we have a 95% positive user rating. Now, Carrie, I'm going to have you jump back in here with me real quick because, you know, we've got a lot of success stories. I mean, we've got Facebook pages with tens of thousands of amazing testimonials. And I know that we've got people on this Zoom with us here tonight that have amazing testimonials. I don't know if you've got some people that you've got lined up here tonight, but can you help me share some of those testimonials?
Absolutely, I would love to. You know, as exciting as it is, Steve, to put patches on, let's say Randy Travis, Bill Nye the Science Guy, this like 6'8", 300-pound Mississippi State football guy. You guys, I meet people everywhere all the time because I'm loud. But what really hits home is when I have my friends that are on here that are doing the business with me that have experienced so much more. So the first person that I'm going to ask, Ken Brown, please unmute yourself, Ken, and share with us a quick testimony tonight that you have.
So I had a lady just the other day reached out to me. She was amazed because she had issues with her shoulder. She couldn't lift her arm up past her shoulder. And she had been like that for months. And so she tried one of our Freedom patches, put it on there, and within 30 minutes, she had her arm lifted up over her head. So, that's just one story. So I got two more quick stories, and it's personal stories. So something I've dealt with since I was in my early 40s. I'm 50 something. But anyway, I had a few issues with inflammation in my feet. And so generally, whenever I get the inflammation start, it'll lead into having the gout flare up. So the other day I had that come up, and I put one of the Freedom patches on the top of my foot. And within 30 minutes, I had forgotten that I had put the patch on my foot. There, another quick one is, I know a lot of people have those days with kind of the dreary days, just not feeling it. I've started using the Joy Patch, and let me tell you, the Joy Patch is awesome. So if you have those days, wear the Joy Patch.
That's incredible, Ken. And all those stories are true and real. And you guys, we have so many more. Christy Coffin, where are you at? Please unmute yourself. I don't see you on my first screen. There's so many people on here tonight, Steve. I love it.
Hey, so this is my husband, Daniel, and he had neuropathy in his feet for years from diabetic neuropathy. Could not feel his feet, went to work in his boots one day as a nurse in his boots, had glass down in the bottom of one of them, had no clue he had been walking on it the whole entire day. Came home, kicked his shoes off, and the whole bottom of his sock was saturated with blood. Had no clue. He found this shard of glass in his boot. So it was constantly things like that happening to his feet. He got a 1st-degree burn on his great toe, just all kinds of things like that. And we got our patches in, and I had to talk him into wearing them. But I put Liberty on him, and 10 days after wearing Liberty, we were out and he was watering the chickens, and he got the top of his shoe wet and said, "Babe, I can feel my shoe is wet." And I just, because I'm sarcastic, I said, and he goes, "No, you don't, Christy. I can feel that my shoe is wet." And so it has only gotten better since that time. He's even felt his the pain that he had in his feet it's totally gone. He felt when his boots got wet, he felt that. So this is huge because he had no sensation to his feet.
The longer you wear our patches, the better your body gets over time. That's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
Mark Powicki, you guys, we have a doctor in the house. Mark Powicki, I am looking for you now.
Hi, everyone. Mark Powicki, I'm a doctor of physical therapy. So my personal story, so first and foremost, I've had ADD my whole life. I've been on Adderall for 30 years and literally tried the Flow patch. And so after taking Adderall 7 days a week, probably 60 milligrams per dose, that's not per day, that's per dose. I never thought I'd get off Adderall. Got off it in 2 days, cut my dose in half with the Flow patch, felt fine the next day, just the Flow patch alone. And I've been drug-free ever since. The other story, Carrie, I didn't share with you, 11 years ago, I had a 1,000-pound squat rack fall on top of me. And I got with thoracic outlet syndrome, which is like Raynaud syndrome in your hands, where your hands go. So I started wearing the Defend patch. And I just worked for my immune system. And I didn't get it to treat that. But about 2 months into wearing the Defend patch, I was like, my hands aren't white anymore. I don't have, so people that have Raynaud's, it's been absolutely amazing for me. Been putting it on my patients, my parents. We have patients with balance issues, pain. In my last point, My wife, who's my biggest fan and biggest critic, one day suffers from anxiety. I've been wearing these patches every day. Get out of the shower, she sees me putting them on. She rolls her eyes, makes fun of me and whatever. And I'm like, honey, you got to try it. So she's having an anxiety attack, getting ready to go for work. And I said, honey, try this pain patch. And she's like, you and your freaking patches. And I was like, honey, just try it. I had no idea if it was going to work. Slapped it on her. She went out the door. 10 minutes, called me back from the car ride. And she goes, what the hell is in this? I'm totally calm. We need to let people know what's in this. So, I mean, the stories go on, and it's been an absolute blessing in my life and in my friends, family, and patients. So there you go.
Thank you so much, Mark. That is phenomenal. Our stories could go on and on forever, but this one that I want to share with you, and I've got to tell you, I got a message from someone, and she's on this screen. That's all I'm going to say. But it said, oh my gosh, Carrie, I just saw my commission amount for less than 3 weeks, and it's over $1,000. She's in the business for less than 3 weeks, and her commissions is over $1,000. She says, I'm crying because I've been pretty homeless for several months and have a chance to get an apartment, but God told me to stay in this community, that he had work for me to do here, that he had a home for me, and he had a way for me to pay it. He's so good in this company, and the products and the people and the testimonials have touched my heart so much. Thank you, and Steve, so much for everything. I got that when we were leading a meeting not too long ago. And you guys, Steve is going to share with you how you can be a part of this, and he's going to talk about the comp plan. So let me throw it right back to you, Steve, and let you just wrap us up with the goodness of how people can be a part of this.
Awesome. Let's wrap this thing up, you guys. Thank you so much for sharing those great stories. And you guys, those of us who've been in this thing for a while now, the stories never end. And we never, ever get sick of hearing the stories. And the problem that every single person on this presentation has right now is that you guys know something. You guys know right now about a drug-free solution for pain and for sleep and for all those other things. And we're kind of obligated right now to go out there and share this technology with people that we care about the most. And when Jay says that he wanted to get this technology to 1 billion people worldwide, he said to me, he says, Steve, we've got to go build an army of people to help us. And I said, Jay, we can do that. We absolutely, positively can do that. And so I want to share my screen with you guys just one more time. And we're looking for people who want to become what we call associates. Now, to become an associate, it simply means that you're going to go out there and share this technology. And to be honest with you, you would share it whether you got paid for it or not, because we're human. And we've all eaten at good restaurants. We've seen good movies. We've read good books, and we've told other people about it, and we never got compensated for that. But if you go out there and you share what we're sharing with you guys here tonight, the company will pay you. They're going to pay you a ridiculous amount of money for something that you would do for free. And to become an associate, it is $50. That's not a typo, you guys. That's $50 one time with an annual renewal fee of $25. Your Costco membership costs a lot more than that. But as an associate, you have the ability to share the Super Patch technology. You're going to enjoy wholesale pricing. You're not going to pay retail for anything. And the patches are only $2 a piece retail. So you guys pay less than $2 a patch. You're going to be able to build a team and earn unlimited bonuses. You get a free website and free training every single week. Plus, for $50, you get $75 worth of our technology. In fact, we're going to give you a 28-pack of our Liberty patches, and we're going to give you a 4-pack of our pain patches, our Freedom patches. So for $50, you guys, you get all of this, plus you get $75 worth of patches. This is a complete no-brainer. Remember I said there's a 30-day money-back guarantee? If you don't like it, if you don't want to build a business, we're going to give you all your money back. Now, at enrollment, when you get together with the person who invited you here tonight and you go to their website to enroll, you have the ability to purchase our technology at a really deep discounted price. You have the ability to purchase 3 different launch kits. You can purchase our sample launch kit. You get $360 worth of our technology for $225, or our Super Patch launch kit here, $600 worth of patches for $375, or you can purchase our Super Patch Mega Launch Kit. You get $1,320 worth of technology for only $600. Now, you guys, you don't have to do that. You do not have to do that if you don't want to. But if you're going to enroll for $50, you're going to buy the patches anyway. And there's no possible way you're going to get a better price on these patches than at enrollment. Because if you don't purchase one of these kits at enrollment, it goes away. Okay, you can't buy it after enrollment. You can still get this kit, but it costs more than $600, okay? So what I'm telling you guys is choose one of these launch kits when you enroll. Now, real quickly, here's how the compensation plan works. All of your personal sales, you're gonna get a 25% override. All your personal customers, you get a 25% override on whatever they spend, but you also have the ability to build a team of people that are out sharing this technology. And you can get, you can promote yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different times. And every time that you get promoted, it simply means you make more money. And these are all bonuses that you can hit if you hit these positions in a certain amount of time. But here's where the real money's at. You can earn between 2 and 15% on all of the volume that's generated throughout your entire organization. And those bonuses are paid to an unlimited number of levels. Now, that is all I'm going to say about this compensation plan. But guys, we have people making an awful lot of money by sharing this technology with the people that they care about the most. Now, those of you who are guests, listen, you're not expected to understand how this all works. What we want you to understand is that you are in the right place at the right time, but you need to recognize it. Because often we are in the right place at the right time and we don't recognize it. In other words, we were all here when Amazon was just starting. And we looked at Amazon and said, what's that company ever going to do? They just sell books online. Yeah, we were all here and we missed it. We were all here when Netflix was sending DVDs back and forth through the mail. And that company almost went out of business. It's like, oh, these DVDs are not going to be around much. Yeah, we missed it. You guys are in the right place at the right time. What I'm asking you to do is simply recognize it. So I'm going to ask you to get together with the person who invited you here tonight, get all of your questions answered, and get started with it. Okay, there's not a single question that we don't have an answer to. My goal here tonight, and Carrie's goal here tonight, and everybody who shared with you here tonight, was to get you thinking. What if? What if? What if instead of taking ibuprofen for my headache, I could simply put on a freedom patch and my headache goes away? You know what? It's not a what if. It's going to happen with 0 side effects. We've got something that the world needs to hear about, and it's going to hear about it through the people that are on this Zoom presentation here tonight, and those of you watching possibly a replay of it. So once again, guys, let me be the first to welcome you to the Super Patch Company. Thanks for coming on, everybody. Thanks for sharing.